Hi everyone, I am Dave High. With me today is Derek Holder. He's going to be giving us some tips on how to decommission a NetBackup appliance.
Absolutely, thanks a lot, Dave. Yeah, so the process of decommissioning appliance, the first step, of course, is make really sure that you intend to not use any of the data or configuration settings on the appliance. So there are several reasons why you would decommission an appliance. If there was a unrecoverable hardware error that you had to return the entire unit for, then you would want to make sure that you get all of your data off of it. You don't want any proprietary information like IPs, names potentially, and of course the backup data that's sitting on the appliance. So you're going to want to get rid of all of that, and a factory reset will do that for you. It's a fairly intuitive step-by-step guide that will walk you through exactly what it's going to do, what you want to do, and then ultimately, after a reboot, it's as if no one's ever touched it. So it will set it right back to square one for a factory reset. So if you determined, as a last resort step, you absolutely have to get all of the data off of it, there's really good detailed documentation on how to go through it in a step-by-step. It'll tell you the command lines, also from a GUI perspective, how you do it, all of the steps that walk through, and it will tell you ad infinitum how many, there will be a lot of warning signs. So it's going to make really sure that you know what you're about to do to your device. But if you start following through the steps, there's a couple best practice points to it. If you have any custom settings, you should go through and make note of what those custom settings are. Things like zoning. If you are zoned for a particular network, then you're going to want to make a note of those. If you're potentially moving another appliance into that environment, you don't want to look all that information up again. So make note of any custom settings that you may have put onto the device originally or you had modified during the operation of it. Also, the LDAP config setting will persist through the factory reset. So after you've done the entire reset, this file will not be, it will not remove those settings. So you will have to go in manually and remove the settings from that once you're done the rest of the steps. We recommend that you connect through Ethernet 0. So when you're connecting into the device so that you have direct access into it and it will be uninterrupted during the reboot process, Ethernet 0 will maintain the connection all the way through it. And if you're doing this, obviously you're going to be doing it through a local connection. So if you're connected through a laptop, you're going to want to clear out all of the sleep settings, power off settings, or anything that might interrupt the process while you're going through it. So if you have a sleep setting or something that turns off your screen or turns off the keyboard because you stepped away for a short amount of time, it's rather disruptive to have to log back in, make sure your connection is still there, and then follow through with the decommissioning process. So it's good practice to set yourself up for success by disabling all of those features or anything that may happen to the laptop. And protect the catalog. So there's many steps or many ways that you can protect the images that are already on it. So in the case of a master server that's both master and media server appliance, like a 5230, you're going to be getting rid of the entire catalog. So you're going to want to back that catalog up, of course, of any information. The backup images that are on the thing you're also going to want to protect. So whether you do that through SLP or through AIR or tape copies, whatever you plan to do for your environment, protect everything that it had ever touched and again, set yourself up for success with the next appliance that you plug in. In the case of a media server, if it's deduplicated target, you'll have to go in and actually manually delete all of the images that are associated with that media server. So just going through and expiring isn't going to help you. You can make copies of it to another media server in your environment, but you should be very thorough in, again, deleting all of your information off of the appliance. And again, the documentation will walk through several steps. If you plan to maintain the storage configuration information and the backup data that's on your appliance, we have several ways that you can do that through this noted document. So you just go to our symantec.com/docs, and this how-to document will walk you through front to back on how to decommission an appliance.
Wow, that sounds like very good information, Derek. Thank you very much for presenting that. We hope you found it helpful.
Absolutely. Thanks, Dave.